we are doing the SPL Season 6 roster breakdown, and we're also going to be doing early predictions after we break down all the rosters on placings, and I'm excited. Honestly, I'm excited to get into this video. So, first of all, the rosters literally just got released. Obviously, there were a lot of leaks going on. Everyone pretty much knew, like, a couple of these rosters. Everyone knew, like, this SK roster. We didn't know what org it was going to be. We knew the SK roster was going to be together. We knew Space Station. We knew Splice. We knew Pittsburgh Knights. But when I say we, I mean, like, a large majority of people who, if you, like, just poked around and asked the right people or just look at the right things. This Renegade roster, I knew. Well, the only thing I didn't know is I didn't know the, what's it called? What's it called? The freaking mid. Or, yeah, I don't think I knew the mid. It was either the mid or the ADC I didn't know. Like, obviously I can't remember now, because obviously I can see it in front of my face, and I don't know. So, let's not delay anymore. Let's go ahead and get right to the top. So we have Splice, the Season 5 World Championships, keeping the exact same lineup, including coach. Cyclone Spin, and all these things are from ADC, support, mid, jungle, solo, and then if there's another one under, that's coach. So we have Cyclone Spin ADC, Aurora jungle, Aurora support, Moswell mid, Sino jungle, Divya solo, Kabam coach. Now, obviously, most people would probably think, oh, this team's a shoo-in to be top 3 next season, especially with, you know, teams moving in and all this stuff. Like I said, they're one of the only few rosters that stuck the exact same. I think, like, literally 1, 2, 3. Yeah, literally 3 rosters are the same as they were last week, and they were all, like, teams that are from NA. Strangely enough. And it's mostly just because, like, Europeans have to move. Probably would have been a different story if NA had to move to EU. A lot of EU rosters probably would have stayed somewhere. But again, talking specifically about Splice, one advantage they have is they have been in a team house environment before. I believe it was the either summer or it was the fall split where they teamed in Kabam's parents' summer home or something similar to that. And they had like a, you know, little team house vibe there, because, you know, they were there for most of the split, if not all the split. And I contribute that to one of the reasons why they grew as a team so much. I mean, yes, these are really good players, especially, like, again, their side lanes. But there are people who are just better. Especially, like, jungle mid supports. There are people who are just better. But they developed so much synergy together, being in that team house together. It allowed them to accelerate their team play, and now they're here. Predictions for this team: I think this team will be the upper echelon. I definitely think there's 10 teams, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe they'll definitely be above 5. I don't think there's a chance they're above. I mean, they're below 5. I don't see how. Like I say, I have nothing else really to say about this team because we pretty much know most stuff about this team. I don't see much of it changing. Obviously, the only differences is, like, meta. The only thing that changes about this team is, like, how they developed the meta, but I think they'll do fine. Again, nothing's changing about this team. Plus, I've already been in a team house environment, so there's not a lot of comment. So, first new roster, E United. I don't want to say returning member because pretty much everything is shook up for the most part, but just for comment's sake, Benji the only returning member. Also, one of the 2 NA people, and this will be the first mixed roster that we have here. We have Vedium / Cloud. Thank God he changed his name back to Vedium, or Vishnu, however people are supposed to say. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Vedium. Colossus from Rival, Big Man Tings from Mouse, Ice Ice Baby from Rival, and obviously, again, Benji from United. So we have 2 members of Rival here, and it's the jungle support, which I think is one of the better combinations you can bring over if you're going to bring over a pair. Obviously, a dual lane, or I'd probably say support jungle would probably be the top 2 things to bring over. Starting with like Vedium, I definitely think Vedium's a SPL worthy. There's not a question about it. Does he deserve to be on top team? I definitely think he deserves to at least be on like a playoff team. I think he can be insane if he has the right pieces around him. We've seen him in like season 2, what he can do. Now how he pairs up with Klaus, I have no idea, because there's never been like a big shakeup like this in Smite, or at least not anytime recent. I think Klaus is a really good support. Now, however, I think Klaus was able to excel in the Rivals team environment. And the fact that he's not going to have Alpha Draco as a coach, I don't want to say like the players did absolutely nothing. But Alpha Draco went far and beyond what most coaches do in Smite. And I'm wondering like, are SIS and Klaus going to like suffer from not having that? But again, just looking at this team in a vacuum, because I also want to state this. Anything I predict or anything I say will not take into account what could happen. Like, because, let me just throw out someone random. Well, no one here is that young or that new to, let's just say, hypothetically, like Joshy. Hypothetically. Let's say he's never been in an environment like this and he can't handle a constant LAN environment. He can't handle the team environment or something. He gets homesick, or again, he's just not used to being around this many people for this long, for this specific purpose, and his performance suffers a lot, and then eventually he leaves. I'm not going to like take into account any of that stuff. I'm just going to look at these teams like what's in front of my face, you know, on paper, or in this case, notepad. So I think their dual lane's decent. I think Vedium's the stronger of the two, even though like Klaus is a back-to-back World's finalist. I just think like the different environment, it will take Klaus some time to catch up, and obviously Vedium is really good, and people who don't know he's really good just either haven't watched him or have only watched him recently. Big man teams, I think he's a fantastic mid laner. One of the few people who I think role swapped and benefited, like personally, not just like the team benefit, because there's been role swaps in the past where it was for the team's benefit and the player either stagnated or got worse. But it didn't matter. I honestly think Big Man teams got way better. Like, he was a fine support. He was a serviceable support, but in mid he accelerated and became like one of the better ones in EU. Obviously, there were only 6, but I definitely don't think that he had no way in EU. And I think in this environment he can improve even more. I'm really excited to see Big Man teams. Ice Ice Baby. The Croatian sensation. I have zero clue how he is gonna go. I don't know how Ice Ice is gonna go, because again, the move. Obviously, people are taking the move way too on hand, but there is something to be said about comfortability. Again, the team house. Even though I'm not taking into account on paper, obviously Ice Ice is a fine jungle. Probably be the middle pack, upper middle pack. Looking at some of the other jungles, he'll probably be middle of the pack. Probably vying for that like 5th spot. Probably exactly the 5th, maybe the 4th, depending on who else we have. We'll see. Benji, really good solo laner. Nothing really bad to say about him. Can play in most metas. This whole roster right here is like, it literally screams the word serviceable / like middle of the pack, except like their side lanes and like their mid lane. Their mid lane is most likely will be middle of the pack, but I think he has a chance to like to jump, because like I said, he's still developing, he's still learning new stuff in mid. Their side lanes are established good players. They've also teamed together before, which I literally just not remembered. And like I call us perfectly serviceable players. Nothing bad, nothing bad. Space Station, same roster they had last season. Barracuda, ADC, Jeff on the support. Venenu mid, Anister jungle, Aquarius support. Solo. I am so tired, Jesus. I should have waited to do this, but no. So honestly, thoughts about this team. I don't think they're going to like excel this season. I'm just going to go ahead and say that now. I'm not a space station hater, like people will most likely say based on this. I just think with the upped competition this year and the way they slumped last season, now we don't know what. Them slumping is my personal opinion. I don't know that if other people thought that. But they definitely looked way worse in the fall split than they did any other split. And I don't contribute most of that from Baskin leaving. I think even if Baskin's there, I think you get pretty much the same result outside of like you maybe have an extra game win under your belt. But I think again most of that split goes the exact same, possibly worse. Hearing about what that team environment was like. Like I don't really know how to go about this thing because like obviously these are all amazing players. They're established. They've three of them have teamed together for what technically 4 seasons. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. Well, this will be 4. This will be 4. The amount of synergy, like you know, a duo plus jungle has amazing. Venenu, the fact his transition from jungle to mid is kind of like Big Man Ting's, but even better. Like his transition was just absolutely fantastic. Like it was a move that pretty much catapulted him into superstar. Talking about Venenu here, Aquarius, literally one of the better solo laners you can have. Not because of skill level, because he will not let you down. He will not be the reason why you lose. And I think this is the type of team that Aquarius fits for, because they have plenty of carries on this team. Obviously, I don't want to. People can say, "Oh, you can never have too many carries." I think you can. You need role players. You need supportive utility people on your team. Aquarius fits that perfectly. He can have the odd game where he pops off and just like 1v5s the game. But that's not his role. That's not why he was brought on this team. He was brought on this team to, you know, supplement his other carries and obviously have like the odd game where he carries. The dual lane, I definitely think their best days are behind them, but maybe with the Season 6, maybe they're revitalized and they can go back to their old form. But I'm thinking this is middle of the pack. Obviously, when we get to our actual power rankings, maybe some of my opinions will change because I'll have more time to think about this. But just like right here, right now, I don't think this is a top like 4 team. When I say top teams, I'll say like top 4. I don't think this is top 4. This is like 5, 6. SK Gaming, we have. It's pretty much trifecta from last season, except now with a team house. Zatman ADC, Norma support, Paul mid, Sam for Soccer 2, please change your name. And Scaredy, I'm pretty sure he changed his name to something. I don't remember what it was. But he changed his name. But thoughts about this team. I'm so glad Paul and Scary D are with each other still. These two, I literally said it right after placement stage. These two need to be on the team next season. Whatever team they're on will freaking tear up the league, no matter who they're with. These two are an insane pairing. Sam needs to change his name, but these two are scary. Speaking of scary, not that excited to see Scary D on this team. I hope, even though Scary D is a serviceable solo laner, like looking at the other solo laners, like I think if you get someone like Flying OK. Actually, I think Final K would be perfect for this team. I think it would be really good. You could get someone like a Nika. Like, I would just love to see a slightly better solo laner on this team. That being said, if they can play through, if the meta happens to be largely around mid jungle, like it was like early fall, I think this team will do really good. If this team does not revolve around mid jungle, they're going to struggle. They're not going to be like bottom 2, bottom 3, well maybe, but they're doing is, I think Normal is really good. Like I said, these 3 right here, super young, just amazing, like just gnarly players. Zatman, I think his best days are behind him unless you talk to Azure Blaze. And well, like I said, their sidelines are the biggest question marks to me. That man could be the best ADC or he can be the worst. Scary D is just there for me. He's really just there. Lower middle of the pack team, in my opinion, even given their Worlds performance, I think they just got hot. Not that I hate this team, because I'm really rooting for these two. I want this team to do good solely for these two. I love Paul, I love Sam. Like, I had good conversations with both of them. Amazing players. Norma, obviously, an amazing player who's still growing. He's an amazing, like, the level he's playing at support right now, and the fact that he's still getting better is scary. No pun intended. Well, maybe pun intended. I'm telling you, give this guy like season 7. This guy's probably top 3 support in season 7. Like, I honestly can see that trajectory for Nirma. Trifecta. This team, SK's old team, but Trifecta new team with a really just strange team. Really just, I don't know where this team came about, why this team is a thing. This team, and then one other team that we will see later, which you'll probably obviously know if you've also seen the rosters. I'm pretty sure this is bottom 3. Probably fighting for bottom 2. So we have Wowie making his return to the SPL as ADC. Ionic also making his return to the SPL. Now, quick thing about Ionic. I knew he was looking to play competitive again. I thought it was SML. I did not think he would be SPL. Just on the sheer fact that he hasn't played SPL in a while. But I'm excited to see Ionic back. I really want to see him succeed, but with this roster, I can't see it. Lasbra making a transition from jungle to mid. Now, will we see another big mid tank? Will we see another Venenu? I don't know. Obviously, we can never predict those type of things. I'm hoping for the best, but just with the pieces he's surrounded with, I don't really see it. Wiegand, the guy that was on LG that announced Space Station was going to be in the SPL, that's now the jungle for Trifecta. I don't freaking know, dude. Regardless of what a lot of people's opinion on Wiegand is, I definitely think he's an SPL level jungler. People are saying like, oh, he can't hang in the SPL. Okay, I'm like, alright, I'll challenge them. Give me like 3 SML junglers / ranked junglers that are better than him in an SPL environment, and most of the time they either can't come up with nothing or they just say things that are just wrong. They just say players who just are just wrong. Who players themselves will probably say that they're wrong about themselves, not including the Wiegand part. If you use the word Wiegand, they might stretch it and say they are. But then we have Wiegand jungle, then Ducky, kind of out of left field here. I don't really know what this team is, bro. I really don't know what this team is. Like, I love their dual lane. I think their dual lane is their best part, and their best part really doesn't even match up to most of the other dual lanes in the league. Like, think about Wowie. I think Wowie and Ionic are both nuts, but like Wowie Ionic versus Volt and Millsy from IRAFer, Arco PBM, like, yikes. This team is going to struggle a lot. Again, I'm predicting bottom 3. Maybe they... I don't even want to say they get lucky. I genuinely think this is bottom 3, like, without a question. As of right now, obviously, when we see the meta, when we see actual games happen, things could change. Because again, guys, this is a LAN environment. Every time there is, and this is a team house, so teams could rise and fall because of the Season 6 format. We do not know. I don't even want to say I'm optimistic. I genuinely just don't see where this team succeeds outside unless the meta is strictly dual lane focused, and even then, their dual lane's not even better than half the dual lanes in the league. Like, I'm looking at these dual lanes. I would prefer Cyclone Aurora. I'll probably prefer Vedium Colossus, depending on how their synergy is. Barra, Jeff, I know what I'm getting out of them. Zatman, Nurma, I'd say they're slightly above. Actually, no, I definitely would take them. I would definitely take Vote and Mose. I definitely take Fumball Referee. I definitely take Arco PBM. I definitely would take Ataraxia Trick Sync. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, well, are they actually like the second worst bottom lane? I mean, dual lane? I think they are. And that's nuts, because Wowie's freaking nuts. And Yannick was one of the better supports in the whole entire world when he played. But I just think, like, there's so much talent in the league, especially now in one league itself. Like, it's like it'd be different if it was in AAU still, but this is just all one league. They're all going to play each other. If this was just strictly an A, like, if this new lane was in the Season 5, they'd probably be one of the better ones. But there's just too many threats. Speaking of threats, so I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with this Pittsburgh Knights team. Everyone's going to think they're the best, and then they're like best placing throughout the whole entire split is going to be like 4th, and it's going to be through tiebreaker. Because we're going to hype up this team way too much, and they're just going to fall or fail, I should say, or they're just going to pull a dick and choke. But Sifn, Dick doesn't choke. I'm sorry. I love Dig Boys. I root for them to win Worlds over all the NA teams, both last 4th and 5th season. But calling it like a season, man. Starting with this team, Vote, just absolutely nuts. It's so hard to not say like anyone on the team, but not just say they're nuts. I guess I could try to find things that are bad about them. Never. I'm trying. I'm trying. I guess Zeros hasn't teamed with anyone on this team, I guess. At least recently. I guess. I guess that's an outside, but the word memes too much. I guess. I don't know, dude. Like, this team, just on paper, has to be #1, regardless of like previous results of like the last 2 seasons of like NA winning Worlds. I think like you look at this roster, they most likely are either best in slot or at the very worst they're like 3rd best, and they're most likely like 2nd. Like every player here is 1 through 3 in the row, right? And as long as, you know, Ro does his job and they have, you know, synergy when it comes to the team house and like the whole different environment, I don't see why this team is not 1 or 2 at the end of the season. I can't see an avenue where they're just not. I don't know how you even get this kind of roster. Like, this is a roster just not fair. Like pretty much if there was like a 2K version of like Smite, you probably pick this roster, unless you're an NA fanboy, which means you suck. Like, you most likely pick this roster, or maybe you have a different ADC, but like I definitely think Vote is definitely a top 1. Like, maybe instead of Vote, you maybe have like Arkle, or you have like Barracuda. But I definitely think Vote's like top 2, so they're perfectly fine. This is going to be short about this team. I think this team's top 2 without a question on paper. Now, my personal pick to be the 2nd best team, or 3rd best, depending on how another team that we haven't talked about yet goes. The other top 3 team in the Season 6 SPL, Renegades. First time they're in the SPL, and I believe the return of Fumballer to being a top player. Now, for those who have only watched the SPL recently, Fumballer has not done well the last few seasons. His last really good season, I believe, was Season 2 with that team he was on. I can't seem to remember. I think pretty much Season 2, this man has gone like missing. Like, we've been waving like the bat symbol for this guy, and he's just been like, yeah, I'm gonna rank you guys. I'll be out there in a second. Like, he has not been on top team for a while, and I do think this team is like at the very worst they get 4th. At the very, Like, I'm talking about the stars have to align for them to get like fourth at worst, in my opinion. Funball iRaffer, this would be an insane dual lane. Obviously, both of them have not had their best seasons last season. Obviously, iRaffer kind of picked it up towards the end, but they've definitely had better seasons than they've had recently. And I think this is both for their chances to kind of resurge and, you know, like show everyone, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. So I'm excited about this duel. I am so excited about this duel lane. Speaking of excited, I'm gonna skip these two. My boy Nika. I was hoping and praying that he would be on a like top tier team in season 6. I probably would have like punched him if he wasn't. I am so glad he's on this roster. I was hoping that he could be on like one of these teams, but obviously like Deathwalker. I mean, what are you gonna do? Nika's easily like the 3rd best solo laner in the league. Like I literally think it goes like Deathwalker. Well, actually, Nika and Variety are probably tied. Probably edge to Variety. I think like Nika's like the 3rd. And he has some good pieces around him. Cherio on permanent land. The land monster himself is permanently on land. Holy crap, dude! And this man's hungry because like I had a conversation with him. This boy's hungry. This man Cherio wants a world championship. Now, by the end of the season, could they get it? Hey, there's a possibility, honestly. I want to see Cherio on permanent land. Like, I want to see it. Speaking of someone on permanent land, Dardes, the support that role swapped to... Oh, I just realized Cherio's jungle. I just realized that. The support that role swapped to ADC, who is now the mid laner of a team that's nuts. Now, if Dardes was on a different team that's not this team, I'd say his mid transition most likely will fail. But I think it's nearly impossible to fail with those pieces you're surrounded with. I think Dardes will be fine. I use the word serviceable a lot just because this is what it is. I think he'll be perfectly fine mid laner. He doesn't have to be a top 3 mid laner for this team to succeed. Their dueling just has to be I just play like humans, and then their jungle solo will just pop off like every game, and our Darda just has to like not feed. And I'm pretty sure this team again easily top 3. Like I said, it's hard for me to do like a lot of analysis of most of these teams because we just I'm trying to not keep like the team house environment, the permanent land environment. And again, we don't know what the meta is. There's just a lot of factors we don't know. And plus, like I said, the map is changing next season. We don't, because they said it's going to be solo aggression. We don't know how that's going to affect the rest of the map. We just don't know. There's a lot of factors we just don't know. That's why most of the stuff I'm just saying, like, on paper. And, like, if we're just looking at stuff on paper, it's hard to go into a lot of analysis. Team Rival. They're going to be rivaling Renegades for this possible... 4th spot here in my opinion right now. We have Oracle ADC, PBM in the support role, Panda Cat, who actually does, for a lot of people who don't know, he does play a lot of mid and ranked, for people who don't know. I know a lot of people will be like, whoa, Panda Cat mid? Is everyone just going mid? Wait, this is the mid exodus. What season was it when everyone switched to a mid laner? Was it season 3? I think it was season 3. Where like literally everyone was switching to mid. What season was it? Does anyone? Hold on. Oh my gosh, I need to remember. I don't remember what season it is, but literally like there were like 4 new mid laners who were like another row in the SPL. I know Anister was one. That's all I remember. But yeah. Apparently everyone's just a mid laner now. Like, hold on, let me scroll up real quick. Wow, I'm still gonna count Big Man Tings in it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't count that one. So 4 people who are recent transitions to mid. Oh no, everyone thinks they can play mid. That freaking shout out to all the freaking failed mid laners out there who couldn't be mid in the SPL XD. So again, we have Panda Cat mid. Question marks about him. Obviously, this is kind of goes the same thing for Dardez. It's gonna be really hard to fail with the team you have around you as Panda Cat. I do think he can work out in mid though, because like I said, I've watched him play mid and ranked. Obviously, ranked SPL, obviously two different things, but I think he gets the role. He knows what he's supposed to do, and I think he'll do perfectly fine. Captain Twig, I'm actually really excited he's on this team specifically, because this is the kind of team where he will make or break their success, even though they have, in my opinion, the best ADC last season in Oracle. They have one of the best supports in Polar Bear Mike. They have Final K. Like, I don't understand why people don't think this guy's nuts. This kid is nuts, and he's going to get better. Final K. We're really about Panic Cat, but like, he will be the key to my Captain Twig. And if this team, you know, is top 4 or bottom 4, it's gonna be this man, Captain Twig in the jungle. We have Final K. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about Final K. I love Final K to death, man. He's the homie. I'm gonna be rooting for him. I'll probably get a rival jersey just for Final K. Hey, for PBM. Actually, I don't, whose jersey am I gonna get? I love Splice's jersey. We'll talk about that one later. We're getting sidetracked. So, this team right here. Also, they have Sunny as a coach. Bringing on from the CLG. So now, funny thing is, rival goes from the best coach in Smite to either the second or third. Well, actually, no. I totally forgot what beginner role. Well, I should say known coaches, because like everyone knows about like Alpha Jackal. Everyone knows about Slaney and stuff. Is Hazer not coaching? Oh yeah. I forget. He said he's not gonna coach. But this team right here, along with their coach, I think, will be pretty good. I don't see a scenario where they're like absolutely just horrible and a joke, but I do see a scenario where they just can't get wins, and they kind of just like teeter on that 500 mark. I can definitely see that. And again, it's mostly because it's mid jungle. This mid jungle has a lot of question marks for me, and it's nothing about their skill level. It's just like how will they hold up against other people in the league. Panda Cat just like skill level wise, and like Captain Twig is like, what are we gonna? Which Captain Twig are we gonna get that troll Captain Twig, or we're gonna get the Captain Twig that could have won worlds? You know, which Captain Twig are we gonna get? We have Dignitas. We have Ataraxia. In the Hunter role, we have Trix Tank still in Dignitas. In the support role, we have Hurrywin, my boy Hurrywin. In the mid lane, I am so excited for Hurrywin. I am so excited he finally has like a team that can actually win something. I am so excited. Q for Fred in the jungle, Variety in the solo lane role, and Biggie as their coach. So pretty much, this is Dig plus Hurrywin and Ataraxia. And this is the other team I think is top 3. Which again, so excited for Hurrywin. I'm so excited, man. Pretty much, what this is like, Hurrywin is just a little bit lesser zeros, and Ataraxia is just a different style a different style of Oracle. I think this team will largely play similar to how Dig did. Hold on. I think this team will play similar to how Dig was in last season. You know, their mid jungle solo will almost likely be ahead, and the dual lane can most likely get leads on their own. But one of them, I won't say who, can sometimes yuck it up. I won't say who. Definitely not highlighting who it could or could not be. Definitely not. Definitely not highlighting Trix Tank right now. Just fine. The biggest question to me again is this dual lane. I think both these players on their own are fine, but how they will mesh together, I really might fear, because Trickstank, hotter code, Atarexia, not really. I don't want to say he's not a star player, but he doesn't have the same playstyles that most of the other quote-unquote stars in the league have. He doesn't have that same playstyle. At least all the time, I should say. So, even given all that, I don't see a reason that they're not top 3, top 4 at the very worst. Nothing but mostly good things I'd say. Again, dual lane is the question mark. Well, I still think they're better dual lane than most other dual lanes here. Lastly, Luminosity, for the second year in a row, somehow manages to make me ask how they even got in the league. So let me break this down real quick. You have Joshi in the ADC row. I was very surprised it was Joshi. Now if this guy was a sub, or if this guy got picked up in the middle of the season, I wouldn't be confused, but I'm confused from day one. He's the starting ADC for an SPL team in this environment. Like, this man, obviously the players and the org and think he's good enough, but like, he most likely will get eaten alive by most of these ADCs. He will not be able to excel against most of these ADCs. Kiki in the support role swapping yet again, but Kiki is the kind of person that I think can play literally any role and do fine. He's played ADC, he's played support, he's played. Has he played competitive jungle? Even with that envy mess, has he played jungle? I feel like he played jungle like once, and he like played like Humbots or something. And if he has, he's played 4 roles at a competitive level and done fine. Well, his ADC adventures weren't fun, but most of that team was a mess anyway, so I can't put most of that on Kiki. But Joshi and Kiki are just like, I'm pretty sure this is the worst duo lane by far. Like, all those question marks I had about Wowie and Neonic, like, I'm pretty sure Wowie and Neonic stomped Joshi Kiki. Like, not even close. Oceans in the mid lane, I love Oceans, but I'm like, there's plenty of SML mid laners that you could have got that are better than Oceans. There are. Well, I should say this. I don't know. I don't remember who could travel and who could not. There's a list of players who could and could not come. And also, I didn't even think about this. I don't know if all these people are moving in or who's traveling. I don't actually know. I wish all these people were moving in. I don't want any of them to travel. But Oceans was just out of the blue. I figured Kiki would be on a team. I figured Zayla would be on a team. Like, how could they just not? Joshi just out of the blue for me. Oceans out of the blue. Now Mollusk. I'm just like face palming here. Not that he's a bad player, but I'm just like, really? I was like, of all the people you pick here, you pick Mollusk. I don't know, man. I definitely think this is the worst team in the SPL, like, by far. Like, I don't even think it's close. I'm pretty sure their best player is Elia, who, like, Variety is better, Final K is better, Nika's better, Deathwalker's better, Ducky's better, that he's in the SPL. Aquarius is probably better, or at least even. So, like, literally every solo laner is either way better, or at the very least tied. I don't. Oh, I forgot to delete that. I don't see the upside to this team. I'm pretty sure this team was thrown together. Now, unlike most people, I know most people that was thinking of whatever the LG roster would be. They thought it would just be some like random mix of players because they couldn't get anything because of the LG scandal of like they're not playing the players. I think they still get a roster like this either way. But like, I definitely don't think that D-Thing helped out, like, with them not playing players. I just, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I just, I'm gonna go ahead and make my list now. I just, I don't know, man. I don't even know what the heck that is. I just, I don't know what that is. So let's go ahead and make our list. Probably should have done this beforehand, but you know, we don't ever do things on how we're supposed to. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and copy and paste them because I already. I'm gonna copy paste my top 3. Now it's between Renegades and Dig. Possibly, no, probably. I'll probably say Dig. Then probably Renegades. Then, see number 4. It's either Rival or Splice. It's either Rival or Splice. I'm trying to think about both teams here. I think Splice. Let's talk about this. Splice has synergy. Lots of synergy. Rival is just kind of a mixed bag, and they have a question mark in the mid lane. But their players, like in themselves, are just really sick. Probably think could have caught. No. I gotta give it to Splice. I gotta give it to Splice over Rival just by a little bit. And then obviously you'll be Rival here. Next, let's see. Who do we have? Who do we have? We have United, we have Space Station, we have SK, we have Trifecta, and we have Luminosity. Who do I think is good enough? I'd probably say Space. Like, here's the issue. This is the issue with having, like, a lot of good teams in the league. Like, you look at the SK team, they got top 4 at Worlds. Obviously, I think most of that's a good bracket. And also, like, Space Station kind of slump. Like, normally they're, like, really good. And then you have, like, where's that? Trifecta. Okay, actually, no, not Trifecta. United, where's that? I'd probably. I see, here's the issue. I cannot think of a world where, like, either of these two teams are, like, 7th or 8th. I can't. Okay, it has between United or Space Station. It has to be. It's one of the two. I'm gonna go United. I think. I think I'm going United. Just barely. Oh, that's so hard. That is so hard. Actually, oh god. I actually, no, Space Station just has too much energy. I think. Then it's United. Who's left? SK, Trifecta, oh, and Luminosity. Oh, goody goody. I definitely, SK is probably 8th here. I'm thinking. SK is most likely 8th. I at least have hope for them to actually, like, be decent. Now we have the worst 2 people in the league. Just why are you here? I'm gonna go ahead and say Trifecta is better. Just because they have better players. That's simply the reason why. They just have better players. Not by much, but pretty much the players are like, are they the people on Luminosity? The answer is no. Okay, then they're better. That's pretty much what it is for me, honestly. Alright, guys. So we have number 1 being Perspic Knights, number 2 being Dignitas, number 3 being Renegades, number 4 being Splice, number 5 being Team Rival, number 6 being Space Station, number 7 being E United, number 8 being SK, number 9 being Trifecta, and number 10, I don't know what this team even is. So that's going to be my predictions for the Season 6 SPL. Obviously, preseason's coming up next month. In February, we will see how things change. I might make a second video, well, at least of just placings and just like breakdowns of some of it. I won't cover all the preseason, but I just want to see how things develop, because obviously this is just a first shot glance at rosters and just how I think. Obviously things could change again, and also like I said, we don't know meta. We don't know how people are gonna be in a team house. I don't know who's traveling, who's not. I don't know how everything's gonna be. But if you guys stuck around, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.